What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 6, episode 3, and the episode is titled Fight for Your Wife. And let's get right into the review. Y'all, Florence is back. Flo is back, and I'm just kind of like, not really a fan of you and your drama, but if we have to suffer through it, let's go. According to her, her businesses are thriving. She has a new song coming out with Trina. She's going through a divorce with Marlon. And for some reason, her mom is like against the divorce because for some reason she lives in the past where women did not get divorces from their husband, no matter how trifling or demeaning or, how crazy the man was. Like, I'm sorry, mama, but we're in a new day. Like, we're not settling for men who are abusive and certified cheaters. Like, we're not settling for that anymore. So, the mom basically tells her that she needs to, hold off on getting this divorce. Absolutely not. So, Flo, she's like, when it comes to my family, they feel like I'm the villain and Marlon is the hero. I said, how? When he was cheating with your sister, he had a whole nother child in another country. Like, no. And he was doing all types of cheating even before that. Like, your family's weird if they think that you're the villain. Nonetheless, according to Flo, she is dating, but she's not exactly ready to tell the world who she's seeing at the moment. Now, let's slide on over to Gunplay and Vanshay. So, they are talking about how, the bills are stacking up because their daughter's medical expenses are very expensive. Vanshay, she has tuition to pay because, she's going to get her PhD. Like, it's a lot of money that's going out of the house and probably not enough coming in. So, they bring up the fact that DJ Envy, he ended up, dissing them by saying they had a GoFundMe. And according to Vanshay, Gunplay has been the one who's financially supporting them. My question is how? What money does Gunplay have coming in? And how is that working? Like, did he ghostwrite for Rick Ross or something? Because I don't even remember Gunplay dropping an album, an EP, or nothing. So I'm a little confused as to how he's financially really supporting them. I don't know, maybe he do some club hosts or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, you can clearly see that Vanshay is extremely stressed out from this situation. But let's go ahead and move on because we see Ray J. He is back in Miami. He meets up with Trick Daddy, Gunplay, and Safari. I said, now this right here is the most random group of men that I have seen. Ray J is still stressed out about Princess not coming to Miami. All because she had a poker tournament. And Safari, at this point, he swears that he is a relationship expert. No, you're not, okay? Talking about, so I was in a 12-year relationship, and then I took a break, and I was dating somebody else for 2 years. Sir, that still does not make you an expert. Not at all. So, Safari and Ray J, they end up leaving because Safari had brought a cake or whatever, and they left to go cut the cake, but they actually left after Trick Daddy decided to talk about how he be getting ate out. I said, you know what? I'm done. I would have absolutely left. I would have just got off the boat. I'm not sticking around for any of this. So we see Trick Daddy and Gunplay talk or whatever, but I was so confused because basically Trick was as public figures, basically they need to watch what they say on the internet because people can take it the wrong way, flip it on you, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, but what does that have to do with this situation? I don't know what happened there. I feel like maybe they chopped that conversation up or something because it was very weird. And then we also have Safari talking to Ray J because Ray's like, I don't know what to do to get Princess here or whatever. So Safari basically suggests that Ray get this girl to come to Miami and let her play poker here. I'm like, she needs to put the poker chips down to begin with. Let's start there. But let's move on. We see Trina, and she is doing a podcast. I don't know what podcast it is. That's not really important. So, one thing I can say is that I am so tired of Trina and her clinger-ons, which are Bobby and Joy. Like, at this point, I need for Trina to film with somebody else. Anybody else. Like, go film with Trick. Go film with, I don't know, not Amara, because Amara gets on my nerves too. Go film with Shay or something. I don't know. But I need Trina to hang out with some other people. Like, you ain't got no other friends, girl. But nonetheless, the podcaster, he ends up asking Joy, like, was she the one who was, eating Trick Daddy out? And she denies it. I was like, of course you're going to deny that. They talk to Trina about supporting up-and-coming artists or whatever. She's like, I'm always trying to support, up-and-coming female artists. Are you, girl? Because we saw the way you played Zoe Brinks to the left, okay? So then they talk about, Trina's niece passing. And it's clear that she is still taking this very, very hard. Okay? She's clearly struggling with her niece's passing. But let's go ahead and move on. So we see Bobby and Joy talk, right? Now, Joy is basically out here doing club postings or whatever. And I really want her to, find something to do. Because that ain't it. But come to find out, she basically has, some interest in Marlon. Yeah. Flo's ex. Or should I say, still current husband, according to the show. Joy, you can do better. Please do better than Marlon. Miami just cannot be that small. So, speaking of Florence and Marlon and all that drama, we see Florence, and she is with her family friend Claudia. Now, y'all, they had put this throwback picture up, and I could not identify which one was supposed to be Flo, who was supposed to be Claudia. I was just super confused. But nonetheless, Claudia is now her girlfriend, okay? They talk about the fact that Joy is about to have a party, and Marlon is going to be there. So Flo does not want to bring Claudia with her. Now, Claudia is like, hold on, girl, because I'm trying to go public out here, or whatever. And, they talk about how Haitians, they are very homophobic, and, her mom will definitely have an issue with the fact that Flo is with Claudia. And I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you gotta live for you. And if Claudia is the person that's making you happy, then rock out with Claudia. Come on now. So, next thing you know, we see Trick Daddy. He is over here boxing. I'm like, now, who thought of this scene? Because you can't tell me that Trick Daddy and his potbelly are actually boxing out here. There's no way I'm going to believe that. So, nonetheless, we see him, Trina's brother Snoop, and Raymond ends up showing up, Trina's ex. So, why did Raymond and his little self come through the building or whatever with the umbrella open in his hand? I'm like, you didn't think to take the umbrella down outside, sir? You never heard that that's bad luck? Get your life together. So basically he explains that after Trina's niece died, she pushed him away. And that is what made them break up. Now her brother is like, have you tried to get her back and all this stuff? But Trick Daddy, he basically is like, don't waste your time with Trina. Because when Trina don't want you no more, she sticks to that, basically. And I'm like, on this one, I gotta rock with Trick Daddy, because I don't think that Trina is going to try to come back to Raymond. I really don't. He basically explains that Trina kind of shut down on him or whatever. And I'm like, well, maybe it's just time for you to move on, okay? Move on. Trina just wasn't the person for you. But let's go ahead and move on, because we see Princess. She finally gets to Miami. She talks about how she competed in a poker tournament. And I'm like, well, it's clear that you didn't win, because you didn't say, oh yeah, I just won a poker tournament. So I wonder how much money you lost this time. Ray basically has her come to an empty nightclub. And he up here doing ghetto poetry. And I'm just like, sir, you are no Ohaji. So I'm going to need for you to get off the stage right now. Here's the thing. He basically treated this scene like, remember on Loving Basketball, when they be like, I'm going to play you for your heart or whatever. They had a little bootleg basketball game. He basically tried to do the poker version of that. And I'm just like, Ray, this ain't even interesting. Because he ends up losing. And here's the thing. He's explaining how, he wants to be around more and all this stuff. And she's like, I don't feel like we need to relocate every time we're going through something. And I agree. You should not have to move to a different city every time y'all need to, fix your relationship. That's weird. Okay? So now she's like, after he's explained all this stuff, she's kind of upset a little bit because she feels like now that he's trying to do better, it's only because she has things going on, which is her playing poker, but also she ain't have nothing going on for all those years. And she's like, I finally found something that I love. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you can love poker all you want, but you are actually playing for money and you're losing. That is a problem. You have a gambling problem. And the fact that you didn't tell me that you just been sitting around on your ass for years, that's crazy to me. What else did you have going on for yourself? You could go back to school to be a nurse or something? You had nothing that you could have came up with? Because to me, it sounds like you need some hobbies. You need to go pick up crocheting. You need to go pick up painting. I don't know. Pick something up. But princess, do better. So let's go ahead and move on, y'all. So things have hit the fan for Vanshay and Gunplay. Because of the whole DJ envy thing, people are attacking them in the comments. According to Gunplay, this is what comes with being a public figure. First of all, you're not even really a public figure, number one. And Vanshay did not sign up for this. She got enough going on. You know what I'm saying? She has enough with her own schooling, dating you, her mama issues, having a baby who has medical needs. She's postpartum. It's too much. It's way too much. And it's sad that her and the baby, they basically catching stray bullets because you have grown men who are arguing about a bunch of nothing. Because in the grand scheme of things, Gunplay had nothing to do with that argument between Rick Ross and Envy, and all of it was stupid. And I'm really questioning that, after all the aftermath, did Rick Ross try to put in some money for their daughter's surgeries and stuff? I'm just curious because Gunplay, if that man is supposed to be your friend and he has, millions and millions of dollars, he should definitely be speaking up for you and saying how, the people should not come for your child. And also, he should be putting in some money. I'm just saying. All right, so then we get to Joy's little hosting gig called Magic Monday. I'm telling you, every time I see Joy, could you just go back to doing hair? Go back to your other career. But nonetheless, Trina is there. Flo is there. Flo, she thanks Trina for doing a song with her. And then we also learned that Flo, she has so many things tied up with Marlon, probably her businesses. He even has a credit on the song with her and Trina. Marlon is always still in the shadows with her. So next thing you know, Raymond shows up with some flowers for Trina. They go outside and talk, and he tells her how, he still loves her. And here's the thing. For her, she feels like after the loss of her niece, she just kind of went back into the Trina bubble. She says that she's over it. She's tired of the push and pull with everyone else. But here's the thing, girl. What does any of that have to do with Raymond? Like, she wants to be alone, and I say let her be alone. Because according to her, it's her time now. And in her confessional, she's like, all she can give him right now is closure. Girl, the only thing that you're giving him right now is your ass to kiss. And on top of that, all of the stuff that you told him had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with your relationship breaking up. Like, Trina is weird. I'm sorry. She really is. Like, it's one thing to push Raymond away or whatever. But, like, the way she was talking was hella strange to me. Like, she was talking as if he borrowed money from her. Or, like, he was using her or something. And I'm like, that's not even the case. Like, what's happening right now? But let's go ahead and move on. Because next thing you know, we see Flo. She over here doing, a little interview or whatever. And then she see Marlon with some cheap flowers in his hand. And I'm just like, well, did Marlon and Raymond go to the same gas station to get these flowers? Because how both of y'all coming in with these same cheap looking flowers? But I digress. So she thought that Marlon was bringing her the flowers, right? But no, girl. They were for Joy. Oh, now that pissed her off. So Flo, she comes over, pours a drink on him, and then some kind of way she actually got the flowers that he was supposed to have given to Joy. I'm like, how'd you get them in your hand? So she ends up hitting him or whatever with the flowers. And then as she's walking away, Trina yells out for her to get the F out of here with all that. And I'm just like, Trina, we really didn't need that energy, but okay. So Flo, she basically felt embarrassed because everybody knows she's married to this man. Like, everybody knows it, and he out here bringing another woman some flowers. Yeah, that's a bit messy. But y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I feel like this episode was aight. It wasn't too good or bad. But go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.